Mr. DJ Rose, Verkeezy, and C's. Welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Barack the first black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All black, that's evident. I'm sure MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap your seatbelt, go and sell our land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell our land. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more black tears, black on black kids. Love us as is, love with passion. Paying black bills, learning black skills, making black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland. This podcast now active.
We back, fellas. No more Week in Sports. No more Black Tears podcast. Hey, what it do? It's a new week, a new day, a new dollar.
Hey man, it's good to be back, man. It's Tuesday, man. You know, we about to start spooky hours, man. So, you know, it's good to be back.
Spooky season. What's good, people?
Shoot, man, what's going on, man? It all happened in the week.
Yeah, talking about spooky stuff, man. This week in sports, you know, we had college football. There was a lot of great games. There was some games that ended very disappointing for some fan bases. And for some fan bases, they elated, man. You know, we had some fans storm the field after big wins, man. For me, the two games that I want to look at this week from last week, Oregon beat Penn State. Poor James Franklin, he had to basically answer questions about him not being able to win the big one. He's been at Penn State for a long time now. He's been one of the more premier coaches in college football for close to a decade now, if not a decade. And I want to say he's a solid head coach. But at some point in time, you do have to win big games. And in the regular season and in the college football playoffs last year, he failed to do that. Oregon, that program in Oregon with that, you know, new coach they got a couple years ago, the one that basically stumped Deion's first year, you know, Colorado, like they've been consistently improving. They've been consistently being good. And they look great against Penn State, man. The quarterback, Dante Moore, he had 248 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and he added another 35 rushing yards. That was very impressive. I want to say Oregon is ranked in the top 5 at this moment, which, you know, we'll see how they finish the season out, man, but they'll probably make the playoffs again, and we'll see what they do in the playoffs. This quarterback might be better than Dillian Gabriel was than he was last season. So we'll see where they go going forward. And then the other game, C's and me talked about it last week, Ole Miss versus LSU. Shout out to MGH's wife. You know, Ole Miss, I didn't know they had a black quarterback. I'm watching the game. And that actually was winning pretty handily. Then LSU started coming back. And the quarterback, Trinidad, man, he didn't do a lot scoring the ball in terms of a lot of touchdowns, but he had over 300 yards passing and another 70 yards rushing. That's the kind of performance you want to see from these modern-day college quarterbacks. Somebody that has the ability to do both with his legs and with his arm. He made some key throws to allow Ole Miss to kind of maintain their advantage and maintain the lead. And like I said last week, this was going to be a pivotal game for either whoever won to try to make the college football playoff. Ole Miss, they stayed undefeated. They beat LSU. This is probably going to be one of the best wins of the season, to be honest, for any team, because LSU was ranked, I want to say at the time, like number 3 or number 5. They was ranked pretty high. So they did not have a win like this on their schedule last year. So long as they don't trip up and lose to any bad teams, they can afford 1 loss, maybe even 2, depending on who the 2 losses come from. Like if the second loss comes in the SEC championship game, probably. They'll probably still be ranked in the top 12 to make the college football playoffs. But Ole Miss looks scary, man. And I just want to say one thing. The whole SEC looks scary, man. This is reminding me of like about 10, 15 years ago when the SEC was really dominating college football. Like there's so many teams in the SEC that are looking like they're just on the curve of being just dominant.
Yeah, I'm just going to talk about one game from last week. I ain't going to get on the Bulldogs bandwagon or them Eagles bandwagon, man. They stunk up the place. But man, it's the king, bitch. Haynes King from Georgia Tech. Well, that boy had a game on him. You know what I'm saying? He had 250 yards passing and then 100 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns total. And they won in overtime against Wake Forest. They 5-0 now. Now, I think they probably got a chance to win the ACC. They got to probably go against Florida State maybe, you know what I'm saying? But I think they got a chance to win the ACC because I think their hardest games left is probably like maybe Syracuse and Georgia. And the way they playing, man, this might be the year they finally beat Georgia. Because Georgia, their offensive coordinator, I don't know what they got going on. I don't know. Like, the third string running back in the game at the most important time of the game. And they're giving him the ball twice. They ain't kicking no field goals. It's like Blankenship every week sitting on the sideline remaking kicks of the NFL season, trying to get him back in the league. He was the man in college. He made all his field goals, man. But I'm just tired of the Bulldogs, man. But shout out to the Yellow Jacks, man. Shout out to Georgia Tech, man. It's the king.
Yeah, man. When we was talking about spooky season, these next, like literally the month of October, if you were able to get your losses or your hard games, real contenders out early, it's better. It's better earlier in the season to have these losses than later in the season. First one, Fighting Illini, USC. Originally, I was slated to pick USC, man. They got a great quarterback. Honestly, both quarterbacks played great, man. But that first and second quarter is the only parts of the game I watched, man. But Altmaier, the boy's actually good, man. He's a senior. I'm like, who's this white boy? Came out there looking like, I'm like, who is this guy? Came out there, played a good game, man. I mean, that was like one of the games that I picked last week to be an upset. I was like, potential. It's a good matchup. USC, they're a new conference, ACC, playing a bowl team. I consider the Fighting Illini a bowl team. They're always on that bubble number 24 to like maybe highest I've seen them go is maybe like 20. So I mean, it's a good thing for them. It's more competitive. And the other game I want to talk about, man, LSU, man. I knew it was gonna happen. It's about to happen next week to somebody else. SEC's looking scary, man. So I mean, hey, it was that week. It was my other game. My bad. Virginia, 4-1 versus a 3-1 FSU. FSU's going downhill. It's over for y'all. Florida State, just go ahead, pack it up. Fans, pack it up. Season sold up. But UVA, y'all got to start rushing the field, man. Y'all really got to stop. Like, I know I was excited for y'all. It's been a long time, a very, very fucking long time since y'all had a season this well. And it's been a long time since you have put an upset like that. Y'all got to start rushing the fucking field. But I love what I've seen from Virginia. It's not a school that's not usually talked about. It's usually Virginia Tech is usually better at football, but y'all got to start rushing the field. And then them last minute upsets, man, it's exciting. More to come next week, for sure.
Yeah, man. So as far as this week goes, we already know Bama beat Georgia, which was very, that's harder for a lot of Georgia fans. But they got a tough challenge this week against Vandy. I didn't know Vandy was undefeated. They're 5-0. They're ranked 16. Bama's ranked 10. And this just goes to the conversation I was saying about the SEC being so dominant, compared to like how it was back in the day when I was in high school and college. We got Vanderbilt, who I can't even remember the last time they've been this good. Like, they're 5-0 this point of the season.
Remember last year they beat Bama last year.
Yeah, and they did beat Bama last year. So if they can beat Bama again, we're talking about them being 6-0 in the SEC and possibly one step closer to making the SEC championship and actually making the college football playoffs, man. So this is going to be, to me, a very pivotal game because Bama can't afford. I don't know, they can't afford a second loss and not win the SEC championship. So if they lose this game, they would have to still make the SEC championship game as well as win it. But with so many teams, there's other teams in the SEC that's still undefeated. With so many teams undefeated, can you even make the SEC championship game with 2 losses with this new format that SEC have, which me and Rose have talked about, where they don't have the East versus West no more. They just basically have all the teams in the conference, and they just take the best 2 teams to the championship. So you might not even be able to get to the championship game with 2 losses. And then lastly, man, the Pac-12, the Big 12, Texas Tech and Houston, man, I didn't even know Texas Tech was ranked number 11. Like, I can't remember Texas Tech being this good, man. Like when I saw that both of these teams are undefeated and they both are basically near the top of their conference. Iowa State is number 1 in their conference, and they made the championship game last year. And I want to say, didn't they make the college football playoffs last year? Or was that Arizona State? It might have been Arizona State with Cam Scatterboot. Okay, so they lost to Arizona State, but they made the championship game last year, lost to Cam Scatterboot and Arizona State. So this is going to be very interesting to see what Texas Tech can do against Houston, to see which one of these teams will be good. And I will say the shout out to Houston, man, because they made the Final Four in the NCAA tournament, and their football team is actually playing pretty well too. And it's always good to see when the football program and the basketball program are both doing well. So shout out to that program.
Yeah, man. It's really not too many games I'm excited about next week. It's getting to that point to where you're gonna see more rivalry weeks and just like contenders. You know, UGA, Georgia. That's Kentucky usually plays hard. You got Iowa State versus Cincinnati. One game I want to look at. It's not really a game I really plan on watching like that. I'm just interested to see the outcome. Clemson versus North Carolina. Is this season even worth anything? Like, are you proving anything? Like, maybe an upset would be a great thing for the program, just to show, like, hey, we might not make it to the bowl game, but we did something this season. It's just literally like, I'm like, this is ass. Like, y'all playing like ass. Like, this, we got this whole NFL coach coming in and changing things. Another one I'm looking at, man, Florida, Texas. I expect pretty much a blowout. Maybe something 46-14, something crazy. I'm interested in that Alabama-Vanderbilt game. I think Vanderbilt very well. You bet on Vandy, man. I'm telling you, man, undefeated. And that's pretty much the games I'm looking at. I'm gonna leave the one, alumni over here. I'm gonna leave that game for him. But honestly, that's really the games I'm really looking at, man. This week, not too excited, man. I mean, they're probably gonna end up being good games. It's just not a week where I'm like, oh man, I want to watch this game. But it's college football season. This is part of the season. Maybe Baylor, KSU. They usually got exciting. Quarterbacks usually good. Baylor, there's been some things in the year.
Yeah, the game. The game of the night is probably gonna be Miami, Florida State. I know Florida State's looking to bounce back, and Miami's they're 4-0, so they've been playing well. So Miami, Florida State, I think that's gonna be the game of the night. That's a must-see game Saturday, and then it's on ABC, ACC on ABC. You know what I'm saying? It was SEC on ABC last week. Now the ACC is on there. So I'm really interested in watching that game. And there's some other games that's interesting, like Vanderbilt, Alabama, like Vertiza said. I don't want to watch Bama play after they beat up on dogs, but we never know. And Florida, Texas. Texas hasn't been Texas, and Florida hasn't been Florida, so who knows? Texas visiting Florida. What if Florida pulled upset? We never know.
Man, some crazy things happen in that swamp historically.
Yeah, so we never know what's going to happen there. So those are the games that probably I want to see the most or interested in seeing in college football this coming up week.
Yeah, before we move to the pros, I'm just looking at the Heisman favorites to watch so far, man. We got Dante Moore from Oregon, the quarterback, Jeremiah Smith, Ohio State receiver, Fernando Mendoza, the Indiana quarterback, Carson Beck, Miami quarterback, and Ty Simpson, the Alabama quarterback. Like, do any of those names surprise y'all? Have y'all been impressed with any of those players? And at this moment, because we're about more than like close to halfway through the season so far, regular season. Who do y'all expect to come out on top?
Out of all those names, I
Yeah,
have no
just
idea.
the names I just said.
I have no idea, man. Because man, maybe if Miami finishes undefeated, Carson Beck. But other than that, man, Ty Simpson, yeah, he played an okay game against Georgia, but oh, man, it wasn't like,
It wasn't
oh,
the prettiest.
yeah, it wasn't like, oh yeah, he played so good like the announcers made it seem. It wasn't that.
But you know what they're gonna do, man. If he gets to that final stage, they're gonna show that fourth down conversion he had, man.
It's all about a Heisman moment. Winning was your Heisman moment.
You know,
But
I think this year is difficult because we don't have the exciting play that we did last year. But when I look at the list, man, like Dante Moore has probably played the best because Oregon's that good.
Yeah.
But I just feel like, man, it's going to probably come down to these three names: Jeremiah Smith, because we was expecting him to be good; Carson Beck, because he was expected to be good last year. And to what you said, Rose, if Miami finishes undefeated, and then probably Ty Simpson, because I just feel like they just favor Alabama, man.
I'm actually gonna go opposite. I'm gonna go Jeremiah Smith. That's who I want to win it. But we typically know how it goes. I think even if Dante Moore has an even more amazing of a season, which I think Oregon's gonna do pretty well. They're not gonna get to the national championship. That's a given. But he would be my second pick. I would hope I'd rather see him and Smith win it than somebody like Beck. I'm like, he's doing all right, but is it him, his skills, or is it his actual receiving core and his actual team? And I think it's more Miami. We're not giving Miami enough credit. It's not to say Beck. Not taking away from Beck. He's good.
And if he made the Final Four, it'll be back-to-back years a Miami quarterback has made it. So, hey, as to your point, man. So moving on to, people who have actually won the Heisman, man. We've got some players that, are injured right now. Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Jaden Daniels, three people who have won the Heisman. And then to add to that, like Nick Bosa, he's out for the season. Tyreek Hill, he's out for the season. Malik Nabers is out for the season. Joe Burrow is most likely out for the season because he's not coming back to the playoffs if they make the playoffs. And Lamar is supposed to be out for 1 to possibly 3 weeks. What's your thoughts on some of these injuries, C's?
Tyreek Hill. I didn't get a chance to watch that game, but trust me, I seen them highlights. I hate seeing any sport, whether it's boxing, UFC, whatever, track. I hate to see somebody's leg and body moving away. It's not supposed to. I am disappointed that it happened to him now when Miami's starting to do a little bit of something. And it goes back to like what you said last week. Miami, what the fuck are you doing? He probably should have been somewhere else. He should not be in Miami. And for this to happen to him now, that's another year, another season or two. He's going to have to be.
He's done, dog. His career over, man.
Oh, you think so?
His career over, man. He's already, 32, 33? Like, he's in his 30s, I want to say. His whole game is built on his athleticism.
It's gonna be
when I first, last night, the report was dislocated knee. This morning, when it said ACL, it's going to take him a year to come back from that. And then even if he comes back, man, he'll probably be, 34 by that time, maybe 35. Is he even going to still have that explosiveness? Which that's what made his game great. Man, I just want to give a moment of silence real quick to me and Rose's fantasy teams because that nigga Malik Nabers, man, nigga, we bet it all on you, nigga. We bet it all on you, nigga.
We ain't have no choice.
Nigga, I took you in the first round, nigga. I took you in the first round.
I did too, but I ain't have a choice.
And you was already playing like ass this season for that one game against the Cowboys. But then you had the audacity to tear your ACL, my nigga. And I'm at work and I see like 2 catches, 22 yards.
Nigga said audacity. Like he wanted. Okay.
Man, 2 catches, 22 yards. I'm like, damn, what the fuck going on? Then I get off work and I see this nigga towards ACL. I'm like, nigga, you fucked me, dog. Like, you fucked me, bruh. And then I got Romeo Dobbs on my bench going for 29 points. I'm like, man, what the fuck did I do, man? Like, yo, that shit broke my heart. But then my heart broke even more when my favorite player in the league, Lamar Jackson, got hurt. Because I'm looking at the score like, why is the Ravens getting blown out? Like, Lamar don't get blown out of games. Why is he getting... Then I'm finding out that he's not playing.
Oh, but he was playing.
You
They was
know?
getting blown out before he stopped playing.
That's the surprising part. I'm like, hold on. I'm like, I look at the scoreboard. I'm like,
He was
wait
playing.
a minute. We was just talking about this shit last week.
I watched that whole game. He was playing.
You know?
And then when he wasn't playing, I'm like, what happened? Because I guess I didn't have the sound up loud. Because I'm like, why is Rush in the game? Rush ain't getting in the game until the fourth quarter. I'm like, why is he in the game? And they're like, oh, he had a hamstring, but he was just playing fine. They were just getting beat. Pat Mahomes came out the bag with their things on him.
Yeah, man. Pat heard that people were saying that Lamar was better than him, man, and he had to show people, man. He had to pop out and show niggas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So moving on to this weekend Thursday night football, we have the 49er Rams the 49ers versus the Rams. What's your thoughts on this game, C's?
It's typical. I always say it. 49ers know what to do in certain games. It's like even in their sorry ass years where they suck, they still got one or two games, maybe 3 or 4, where they play. Their defense is just good, but the Rams have been playing pretty damn good. Give me the Rams in this, but it should be one of the better games of the season.
Man, I had the 49ers winning the division, but I didn't know Nick was going to get hurt, man. But they still look good. I got to stick by my convictions. I'm gonna stick with the 49ers because I got them winning the division, so they need to win this game if that's going to happen. But with that being said, the Rams have looked a lot better than I thought they was going to look, man. Like Matthew Stafford has been healthy. Puka has looked like the best receiver in the league. Devontae has looked pretty decent, man. That defense has been good. But the 49ers keep finding ways to win, and Christian McCaffrey is still a very productive running back, and hopefully they get Brock Purdy back. I don't know if he's supposed to play this Thursday, but hopefully he plays Thursday, and hopefully that offense starts singing. But I'm going to go 49ers in a very close game.
Yeah, I'm going Rams because I don't have any belief in Brock Purdy. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you get paid all that money and you always hurting? And his injuries always tic-tac injuries. You know what I'm saying? You never see him get hurt. It's all of a sudden, oh, he hurt. But you never see it. And like he gets sacked hard, his knee get hurt. It's always, oh, my finger hurt. Oh, my ear hurt. Oh, I got some dirt in my eye.
You exaggerated now, dog. You exaggerated now.
Look, next week, Brock Purdy out. Fingernail sprain.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. Yeah, 49ers, man. They 3-1, so they look good for the most part. But I'm tired. It's gonna come a time that Brian Robinson Jr. gonna get in the game because McCaffrey gonna be hurt.
Yeah.
Brock gonna be hurt again.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be like, oh, woe is me. All the injuries. Nah, y'all got a team full of white boys. Y'all play. Don't give up. Play. Come on, Shanahan. Play them boys.
So last week in the NFL, man, we had a whole bunch of games, some blowouts, some great games, and the two main games last week. I hyped up the Cowboys-Packers game, thinking it was going to be a good game, and we did. We got a 40-40 tie. I'm actually surprised the Cowboys are actually able to put up that many points against the Packers because their defense has been outstanding this year. Micah has looked great. Micah, he kind of a hold-on because that nigga said, oh, man, that played so great, man. I think that our defense played great. It's just that played at a high level. If he didn't play as good as he did, we would have been on his ass. Come on, man. Shut the fuck up, dog. Y'all was not pressuring Dak like that. In fact, you really got lucky because I saw the sack you got on Dak. And when I saw the sack, I'm happy you got it because I had you on prize picks for a sack. But when they gave you that sack, I was like, bro, it looked like he got a yard or some shit like that. It looked like it was like, maybe no game, but it looked like a rush. It didn't look like you just sacked him, man. But yeah, man, I would say this, man. I think the NFL got to change the rules. We can't be having ties in the regular season, man.
Bullshit.
We got to have a winner, bro. There got to be a winner, man. I don't know if you got to add more time to the clock. I don't know if you just got to make it be like true sudden death. Like the NFL, y'all done a great job tweaking these overtime rules because I like the fact that both teams touches the ball regardless of what happens on that first possession. But we cannot have a game like this end in a tie, especially for a team like the Packers who are in such a contested division with the Lions, where literally it could literally come down to fractions of a record, and it's like, yo, because they got one less loss, but they got that tie, they might get the division over the Lions. Nah, man, we need a winner and a loser. And then I know ain't nobody gonna talk about this game, but I'm gonna talk about it because one, Caleb won. Good job, Caleb, man. You're looking better than you did. Rome is looking like the man. But more importantly, man, welcome to the party, Ashton Jeanty. Welcome to the NFL, young man. Because there was a lot of people that I've talked to the last couple weeks that was asking me, is he okay? Can he play in this league? And man, Ashton Jeanty came out with 138 rushing yards, 2 receiving touchdowns, a rushing touchdown. Man, he was looking like he did at Boise State. He went back to his old stance where he was having the Michael Myers stance, in the backfield, man. He looked great. This is a very talented running back. He has to be given the ball 20 times a game. They gave him the ball 21 times. The Raiders need to keep on feeding him the ball, as well as they need to build that team up, man. That offensive line needs to improve. Me and Rose was looking at a thing that said before this game, he had 143 yards total, and it was like 144 after contact or something like that, because he was basically getting hit in the backfield so much. Like, if they can keep him clean and give him at least some kind of holes to run through, he got the talent to be one of the premier running backs in the league. So, Vegas, y'all got to continue doing what y'all doing, man. So shout out to Jeanty.
Yeah, man. Vikings, Steelers. Rodgers had a block. What? Rodgers had a block. He actually, finally, this is the shit I've been asking for. Show me something.
They might win that division. I ain't gonna lie.
Show me something. This is the type of shit I've been talking about. Show me something. So now it's like, all right, we're locked in. He's looking like he can actually play still. He came off a block, and that play was an exciting play. But to see Metcalf, stop that shit. Stop faking the injury because you might. Hey, it's gonna be somebody else, another team that fakes an injury, trying to celebrate or acting, pull something. But I like
talking about Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah. So stop that shit. But I like what I seen from Metcalf. Y'all just gotta continue. Stop letting the game get so close. I like what I'm seeing. It's finally at that point where I'm like, all right, we might. They do it every year. Might make it to that wild card. Might make the division. Maybe.
Yeah, man. So Cam Ward, come on to the table, man. 100 yards passing against the sorry Texans. Dog, man.
But his over-under for prize picks was only 174.
Man, he had 100 yards passing, man, the whole game, man. Come on, man.
That nigga said we ass.
Yeah. Obviously. But I think I don't know if it's him or it's the team or what, but come on, man. Come on, Tennessee. Y'all got to do better than that. But, man, shout out to the Giants. I remember me and Vertizi was talking, and he was saying, Russell go finish. He go play the whole year. I said, no, man. Dart will come in that thing, man, probably about 5th or 6th week. And then after we seen Dart throw that dart off that yacht, I said, yeah, week 5. Week 5, he started. Week 5, he started. He started in week 4. 1 week sooner. He ain't got the dub over the Chargers. Shout out to him. But he didn't even have Monique Neighbors. So I don't know how that happened, but it happened.
But that was such an ugly game.
I don't know how it happened, but it happened. And, man, and shout out to the Eagles, man, the Bucks, man. The Bucks are still coming back every week. They had a chance, but the Eagles did their thing, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to the Lions, man. When the Browns came in and shut up, the Browns shut up the Packers last week, but the Packers shut up the Lions. But the Lions, since that week 1, they've been putting up 30-plus points every game. So, and Myles Garrett, the best man on the planet. If you ask me.
No, he is, man.
So, man, shout out to the Lions, man. But next week, want to go ahead and get into next week, man?
Yeah, man. So this week right here, man, hey, you was talking about the Eagles, man. I'm looking at the Eagles-Broncos game. I saw Patrick Surtain, the best corner in the league, hold Jamar Chase to 5 catches for 23 yards, man. Shout out to Deshaun, man. Got the dub in fantasy over you, man. Thank God Pat Surtain shut him down, man. But this week he gonna guard AJ Brown. Unfortunately for the Broncos, that shit don't matter because the Eagles don't throw the ball like that. So y'all need to worry about Saquon. I would say this: it's impressive because the Eagles are winning these games. Because you mentioned them beating the Bucs last week, and when you watch them play, when you look at the offense, they're not even playing a quarter of as good as they played last year offensively. So it's almost like, what's going to happen if they ever decide to start clicking like they did last year? But like, because they're undefeated right now, they're winning these games. If Jalen Hurts and that offense gets going, Saquon hasn't even had one of his monster games yet. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking forward to this game because I feel like to beat the Broncos, as good as that defense is, that offense is going to have to play a lot better than it has played. Shout out to Bo Nix. He's looked good, except for that one game he had this season. He's played better. We'll see what that Eagles defense can do against him. And then also, I'm gonna go with the Bucs and the Seahawks, man, because with Atlanta winning last week, Atlanta has to bye. For Atlanta to win this bye, we need the Bucs to lose again, because we got to bring them back down to earth so we can actually have a chance to catch them and win a division, man. And it's not too many losable games on the Bucs schedule. The Seahawks actually did look pretty good this season so far. They had a great Thursday night game against Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. They had the ability to beat the Bucs, but the Bucs with Baker Mayfield, like you said, Rose, they just keep getting better and better and better. And Buka Imuke might be the rookie of the year. I cannot think at the top of my head anyone else in his class that has played at such a high level. Like, he's probably honestly going to run away with that award, because not only is he like rookie of the year, I think you can make the argument that he's probably a Pro Bowl receiver in the NFC if he continues playing like he's playing, because he's played like the best receiver on the Bucs, to be honest, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so the Bucs have got a really good team, and Baker's doing his thing. I feel like this is going to be a really good game between two quarterbacks that I want to say at one point in time, I think Baker and Sam might have been on the same team. Was it the Panthers they was on the same team with? I want to say they actually got a relationship. So it'll be interesting to see after the game if they do a jersey swap, because these are two quarterbacks that are journeyman.
Side note, they can't do that shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're talking about it might already be implemented. They're talking about you can't.
They did it yesterday. The
Broncos. I might be fucked up, but it's either the NBA. Nah, my bad. It's the NBA.
Okay, but it'll be interesting to see these two journeymen who have came from different teams to finally find success, how they're finding success, man. So I think this is going to be a very good game to watch, and it's going to be also a lot of fantasy applications for those who play fantasy football. There's players on both teams that you're probably going to have in your starting lineup.
Just to add to that point, they see somebody else do some shit next year. No more jersey swaps in the NFL. It's gonna happen. But just to piggyback off that was the game I'm looking at. Both teams 3-1. Bucs got more skin in the game for this one. I think this is one they have to win, especially at this level. But like you said, Ibuka and Baker Mayfield looking real good. And then I didn't really notice him till maybe the third quarter. But Smith and Jibba, man, I like what I seen from him in that game last Thursday. And then Sam Darnold is doing pretty good, man. So that's my pick of the week. That's the game I'm actually planning on watching, is the Bucs versus the Seahawks, man. That's what I'm excited for.
Yeah, man. I heard rumors that Dylan Gabriel go get the start for the Browns against the Vikings in London. I heard rumors. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's true.
I hope he do, man, so we can help see Shador.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. He might play well. We might not be able to see Shador.
He ain't gonna play well, bro. Let's stop that.
He might play well.
Trying to see Shotty play, man.
Yeah, how we defining well? Because I bet you $100
I win.
I
win.
Shotty's supposed to win, man.
I win.
Man, Jackson Dart won, bro. I don't think he played well.
Yeah, but Jackson Dart, who they going up against this week? They playing the doggone Saints. The Saints ain't won a game. So Jackson Dart,
that nigga might throw for 500 yards.
He might get another win.
The Great White Hope.
And both one rookie on the bench and one starting. So we will never know. We might
Great
get
White
that.
Hope.
We might get that. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the bums of Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Tua and your boy for the Panthers. The bums of
Bryce
Alabama,
Young.
Bryce Young, they playing against each other. The bums of Alabama, they playing. So we gonna see which one's more of a bump.
Side note, you know what's so crazy about that?
What's up?
That talking about the Buns of Alabama coming into the league, everyone thought Bryce Young and Tua was gonna be better than Jalen.
Oh yeah,
And Jalen has a Super Bowl MVP against the best quarterback of this generation.
two Super Bowl appearances.
And 2 Super Bowl appearances. And both them niggas is trash.
Mhm.
This just shows you,
Why they
you
gotta be niggas?
NFL talent evaluators,
Why they gotta be-
y'all don't know shit.
Mhm.
why they gotta be-
So and the Lions and the Bengals, I want to see that game too because Aiden Hutchinson,
Nigga, I wanted to see that game before Joe got hurt.
Now I'm like, I don't know.
The way Jamar Chase been playing with Browning, I don't know.
yeah, I just want to see because Aiden Hutchinson, man, he got 4 sacks. I think he's leading the league in sacks.
Oh man,
So-
okay, that's what's up.
So I just want to see that. I want to see Detroit win because I got them in my Super Bowl pick.
Yeah, man, Detroit looking great, man.
So and Monday Night Football, you know what I'm saying, the Chiefs and the Jags, you know what I'm saying, both of them are playing okay. So
Shout out to Nick Wright. I know he's gonna be wetting himself for that game. His 2 favorite players, Trevor Lawrence and Pat Mahomes.
yeah, so we will see. We will see. And I'm taking the Patriots over the Bills.
All right, man. You was talking about having the Lions in the Super Bowl, man. Talking about the Super Bowl, man. They announced the Super Bowl halftime show Sunday, man. It's gonna be, international recording artist Bad Bunny, man. C's, man, what's your thoughts on that pick?
Last year you complained. Everyone complained. Now I would rather see Bad Bunny than see somebody like Sabrina Carpenter. Pop music, white folks, what's up? Pop music ain't even pop music no more. I can't name one fucking song like we used to back in the day where it was like, okay, this was the most #1 played shit where everywhere you went and everything you seen, you don't even have to know who made it. You just
Was that name even in contention?
I don't know. That's the only white girl I know that has a hit song out.
Okay.
And I don't even know the song she has. But it's like I'd rather see it to somebody that's in that realm that I know their name. It's somebody I know. Even if you don't listen to Bad Bunny, you can say, hey, you heard his name before. I don't know what the fuck he's saying and shit. I know he talks about bitch. There's one song I have on my playlist from like 3-4 years ago. I had to look up. Bitch, we got bitches, we got bottles. It's a celebration. That's literally the song. We got bitches. I'm like, damn, this nigga is a rapper. Like
Yeah,
he's actually a rapper.
He's a Spanish trap rapper.
But I'm saying, like, you wouldn't know that compared to like, unless you translate. But I'm like, he's literally like, when he's on a song with somebody, like, there's a couple songs. I think he did a song with Future a couple years ago with all these other artists he's got. So it's like, I'd rather see somebody like Bad Bunny.
He's got a song with like Drake, Will Smith. He got a song with big artists, man. Like,
I'd rather see that. And it's like, okay, there was a social media post. It was like black people. There was like, who the fuck is we? We're banning that. We're not watching it. Like, bitch, it's the same shit. You go to the club and they play some shit you don't understand. Like, there's rap songs you don't understand what the fuck they saying. You still turning up to the shit.
Yeah,
so it ain't
man.
no fucking different.
I think he's gonna do a great job, man. I mean, from 2020 to 2022, he was the highest streamed artist, man, during that little 3-year stretch, man. I'm a Dirty E wrestling fan. He performed a couple times a couple years ago at a couple events. He even wrestled against Damian Priest for those who watch the Dirty E product. He came out to one of his hit songs, and even though I don't understand what he's saying, the song sounded good, and like you said, Rose, he's a trap rap artist, just Spanish or whatever. Like when you hear him like kind of perform it, it sounds good. And I'm not gonna lie, like if I go online, they make it seem like as big as Drake is, they make it seem like he's at that level of Taylor Swift and Drake internationally. Like he's selling out arenas internationally. So I feel like who else? What other option was there? Like who else has done anything in music this year to even warrant this spotlight? Because in hip hop, Cardi B album is doing okay, I guess, but it's not like she's really been hot like that. Like no one else is doing it. You said Sabrina Carpenter, but has she dropped any music lately? Like no one else is really doing anything. So why not? Huh?
Taylor was in the conversation, but she
Man, hell
she
no.
wanted to get paid
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you know, but
because they was gonna give it to Taylor.
yeah, but when you get someone like when you get to Taylor Swift level like that, like it comes down to does she want to even do it or not?
Mhm.
You know, so like outside of Taylor Swift and Beyonce, I feel like this was the best choice, man. I'm excited for it for one reason, man. I think it's gonna be a great show. I'm looking forward to the halftime show. I'm gonna watch it. But the other reason is it pissed off a lot of you MAGA fans, and I was happy to see that shit.
Yeah, and I'm so confused because lately we've been seeing Bad Bunny. He's not performing in the United States because he's protesting ICE, but then he gonna do the Super Bowl.
But see, it's a difference because at the Super Bowl, they're not gonna do ice raids, but at his concerts, like if you do a concert, let's say in Augusta, you know, there's a lot of undocumented immigrants who might buy a ticket to see him or whatever. And then, you know, you might have ICE, you know, agents who might use that as an opportunity to raid the concert and send a lot of them people back home.
Yeah, but still, if that's your take, you don't want to do no shows here because of that. Don't do no shows here.
I mean, true.
It's the Super Bowl though, man.
Don't do no shows here. Stand on business.
Could you imagine them
but-
trying to raid it?
I would say this: what if he does like a Kendrick though, and he uses the show
He better.
for a political platform to speak out against Trump's administration,
He better.
as well as the treatment of Hispanics in the community.
He better.
in the
He's
United
probably
States.
gonna do it and say that shit in Spanish too.
Because that's the only reason for doing it. If that's what if that's what he truly believes in, and that's the reason why he wasn't doing the shows here.
I would be surprised if he didn't, because I see him online, me being a Dirty E fan, and he posts a lot of stuff politically. So I'll be surprised if he didn't.
Yeah, so he better. And I also and it's also crazy because I want to say he's one of Drake's artists too.
Oh, he is.
I
I know they got a good relationship. I didn't know.
Isn't
He
it
was,
C's?
Nah, he's not.
okay, but I know they got a working relationship. I know that much.
They definitely.
They got he's in there. He's in Drake's in some way.
Like part of the OVO family.
Yeah, I want to say yeah.
He could be. Cause like I said, him and Drake got a song together.
Yeah, I want to say that, but I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not looking forward to seeing it. But I ain't got nothing against it, man. Shout out to him though. You know what I'm saying? And I hope he does a good job because I found out this week that he's a Spanish trap rapper. So you know what I'm saying? He probably funneling money to the cartel.
Oh my
You
God.
know what I'm saying? The cartel
He
lost.
wasn't Narcos though.
You know what I'm
So,
saying?
hey,
The cartel lost a couple weeks ago, but yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit.
All right, man. Final thoughts, y'all.
Shit, hey, Riders Cup this weekend, Friday, Saturday. What the fuck are y'all doing? What the fuck are y'all doing? Roy McIlroy out here talking shit. Y'all tried him. All he did was come back and talk shit right back to you boys. The coach, you fucking suck. You're fucking out of here. This is, if you're a golf fan, this was one of those situations where you're like, yo, we have great golfers. That's the thing. We have great fucking golfers. That shit was a fucking travesty. Honestly, I'm glad the Europeans came in and whooped our ass. Because it goes to show you the coaching is shit and some of the players y'all get selected for the team fucking stupid. Y'all niggas is dumb. And then also, MLB, my pick is the Toronto Blue Jays winning the whole thing. But Detroit and the Padres, play them, be scared.
Yeah, man. So my final thoughts is like I was just talking about the cartel, and Bud beat the cartel, but he can't beat the police. He can't beat the police. You know what I'm saying? he wasn't doing nothing but coming from parade, celebrating him in his hometown, because he's the baddest man in Nebraska, and he
illest nigga in Nebraska.
the illest nigga in Nebraska, the baddest man in Nebraska, man, all that. And he got held gunpoint during a traffic stop. And the police trying to make excuses for it. Like, y'all don't know who Terrence Crawford is? Bud Crawford? The most famous person from your town? Just one? Come on, man. I know all y'all police was betting on him. Because y'all don't like the cartel?
I know somebody asked for a damn autograph.
Come on,
Sorry
man.
about this. I'm sorry about this, man. But
And they got
can I get an
the
autograph?
mayor and the police issue statements and all that, but there should be no reason why they should have held him at gunpoint, man. I think that was ridiculous, man. But shout out to Bud Crawford, man, the illest nigga in Nebraska.
Hey man, so Napheesa Collier, we talked about Asia winning the MVP last week, and Napheesa Collier was in that conversation. Man, she gave a very passionate speech about the commissioner of the WNBA, Kathy Engelbert, talking about how the players should be thankful to get the money they get. That Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese should be thankful for the endorsements they get outside of the WNBA because of what the WNBA brings to them, and basically not want to have a working relationship with the players. Yeah, I think that was very powerful about her to take that stance and say what she said. More of the WNBA players need to take a stance and speak out, because we see what the NBA is doing. The NBA them and the Major League Baseball are the only two leagues that have a true partnership with the owners where they're splitting everything 50-50. And if these women really feel that passionate that they're bringing that much to the product, which I'm going to say this, regardless of what we said about Angel Reese on this podcast, not a single person at this table do not feel like she hasn't brought eyes to the WNBA. Regardless of what you think about Caitlin Clark, you'll be a liar if you won't admit that she's brought eyes to the WNBA. Those two young ladies, as well as what Paige is doing, bringing eyes to the league, like they should have a bigger part of the pie, and they should be treated better than what they're getting treated, man. So shout out to Napheesa Collier for speaking her mind, man. Shout out to the mama.
Got her. Mr. DJ Rose, Verkeezy, and C's, welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Barack the first black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All black, that's evident. For sure, MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap your seatbelt, go and sell our land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell our land. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more black tears, black on black kids. Love us as is, love with passion. Paying black bills, learning black skills, making black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland. This podcast now active.